If you want to travel the world with your family, all you need is a trust fund. Just kidding. I've been there, and this is for all the moms and dads out there that want to show the world to their kids, but don't know how and think it's just too expensive and out of reach until you hit retirement. We have been traveling as a family for 9 years, and I have experienced budget travel all the way to luxury. Travel can be expensive, but it does not have to be. We have learned how to travel without spending tons of money. We are constantly asked by other parents how we are able to afford to travel this much and as much as we do. They want the secret sauce to be able to travel too. If you want a luxury vacation, then yes, by all means, you can go spend hundreds to thousands of dollars per day. But that's not what we do. Now, yes, we have had some amazing holidays and vacations, but those are exceptions to the rules in certain circumstances. So flights. Let's talk about this. So the first thing we did as a family was applied for a travel credit card when the plans just started rolling out. This is why it's so important, because you can start racking up the points for free flights, and you get to use your sign-up bonus to kickstart this journey off. Now, your sign-up bonus is probably going to have, you have to spend a few $1,000s within maybe 3 or 4 months to get this started. If you really want to know in depth about the travel credit card that we use and why we use it, go and check out my video for the Capital One travel card. Now, you really need to start using this as soon as possible to kickstart this traveling for free. Now, you just keep doing it, because that's what we do, and we've never stopped. We keep using our travel credit card for everything, and especially for travel purchases where you get 5 times the points back, and you just don't stop. Now, you're not stupid, and you're not gonna go out there and just rack up a bunch of debt and spend money on things that you don't need, but you're using it on everyday purchases and things that you've planned for to use your money wisely. Make that money work for you and not against you. Next thing you wanna do is you want to book a cheap flight. That is always what we do. We try to book the cheapest flights into either Europe or Asia. What you can do is you can stay a night or two, either at a hostel or a budget hotel, and then you're gonna get a local direct flight to your actual destination. And so that's gonna be about $30 to roughly $100 per person. So here's the, comparison here. So you can do method 1, which is gonna cost more, which is fly internationally from point A to point B for about $600 to $1,000 per person. Or you can use your travel credit card points and your sign-up and your bonus miles that you have been earning, and maybe you can get anywhere from $100 to $300 flight to a city, not your end destination, but to a cheap city that is in the same continent. Okay, and you can usually get those for free with all of your points in that ballpark. Then maybe you stay a day or a night into that city, and then you catch a different domestic flight. That is where your savings are going to kick in, and you're going to be spending maybe $30 to max $100 per person. And 100 is that is a huge buffer zone there, because we never pay that much for a domestic flight. In fact, we flew for $30 per person from Romania to Hungary this summer. So just keeping that in mind, that is going to drastically cut you down. You are talking $600 to $1,000 opposed to maybe a $300 flight. And then a $300 flight, you actually got to see an additional city, save money, and you're using your travel points that you've earned where your flights are gonna come out free. If you are planning on traveling soon, do not forget to grab your free full family packing list that our family actually uses. We have 4 kiddos. We can't afford to just constantly be forgetting things. And with 6 people in our family and traveling as often as we do, we have enough stress of life going on. We don't need to add to it. So we just use this packing list, and that is why you should too. It is down in the description box, and I will link it into the comments. Now we can get into food, okay? Use hotels that have complimentary breakfast. A lot of hotels and hostels will offer free breakfast, and that is really going to just hit like a victory win on your budget. Use the same food budget that you have at home. If you have allotted $50 per week, or you have allotted $300 for a week, depending on your family size, keep that as your grocery budget, okay? Because you're not adding to or more from it. And the way that you can make this budget still be realistic and not cost more is that you go to the grocery store and you use that for your breakfast and your lunches. Another free tip would be a local market. They usually always offer free tastings, which kids honestly really love. And it's either gonna fill them up for a snack time or you're just munching for so long during the lunch day and lunch hour that it has essentially filled them up for lunches. And their bellies are happy and they got to try new cuisine. Food rescue apps. There are two wonderful food rescue apps. It is Too Good To Go and Olio. Specifically in the UK and other countries, but specifically in the UK, Olio is great. It actually lets travelers pick up extra meals or groceries for free or for a small fee, which will never go above $2. So this is significant, especially for a large family or really anybody, because free food is hard to come by. Now let's talk about where to stay, okay? So the number one is a work exchange. There are loads of sites out there that you can do a work exchange where you can list and you can go find people out there that have posted jobs and you can essentially apply to them. So what you do is you will be in exchange for your work, your job. You will work for 4 to 5 hours a day. So it leaves plenty of time for people to still go out and explore. In exchange for your work, you get a place to stay and usually multiple to some free meals as well. And kids are usually welcome to and can learn. They can go play in the forest during the day. They can help the parents depending on the job, and they can learn a skilled labor, a task. They can learn about homesteading and gardening, and they really get to just take part of it. Now, lots of these jobs that we've seen are anywhere from off-grid help to gardening or farming, house repairs, and honestly, this really gives a true cultural exchange. You kind of feel like you're part of that family, and sometimes you even make friends for life. Another one is your hotel reward points. Now, this really only works for a free trip if you've already been collecting the points because they take some time to really evolve into much. Okay, and you can then cash them in. So if you've had hotel points, I strongly recommend IHG and Hilton. Hilton has more options and availability worldwide, but IHG is a great option for families. And you just start collecting them over time, that you can use your reward points to cash them in for free stays. Next one is house sitting and house swapping. You can do couchsurfing.com or your house swapping site. Now, there's lots of them out there, and not all of them are evaluated equally. So check. Make sure that they are verified sites and that they're verifying the people that are actually going. Because, some people have cameras, some people don't, some people have specific rules they want to abide by. So really, really look into this carefully. But we know families that do this, and it is something that we have only heard good things about. House sitting and swapping and house, that's like essentially a house exchange. You stay in their house and they can stay in your house. Or they're gone for a long period of time and they're not comfortable with their house sitting empty and they don't want to pay someone. So you can go and stay with your family in their house for a time being, and everything's set up. You have a kitchen, a bathroom, you have living rooms, you have bedrooms. And also, if they have children, you have a child's bedroom full of toys as well. This is also a great option for families. Again, just vet it out. Make sure that you've talked to them and that the platform that you are using does verify who these hosts are. Don't just walk into it willy-nilly without doing research. Transportation, how you're getting from point A to point B for free. Okay, this seems kind of crazy. First one is the blah blah car. Now, this maybe is great if you have a small family or you're just maybe couples traveling. Blah blah car is essentially like hitchhiking, but it's almost like, hey, I'm going to point A to point B. We have a free extra seat or two. You are welcome to come along with us, and you can kind of know in advance. Rent a car with your travel points you have been earning, and you can book a ride right there, like a taxi or whatever, from your Capital One travel page. And again, you're gonna earn 5 times the points on this. So you will be able to almost get a credit back, and you apply this also to your next vacation or trip. Walking, right? You're out there, you're exploring, walk, And that's what you're there to do, is walk. Now, I know little legs sometimes can't walk, but so much, but you can split it up and walk as much as you can. You can also do free bike share or like an e-scooter trial. They do have free bike shares, but it is limited to so many hours in a day. And an e-scooter, you can sign up for whatever city's e-scooter app that they have. You can set it for a free trial and your family can go around that method. You can also use free ferries or water taxis. Specifically in Norway, Sydney, Australia, and Istanbul, you can use this methods to get to point A to point B. And if your hotel has an airport shuttle or a transfer, use it. Getting from point A to point B, like your airport to your hotel, can be some of the most expensive $100 one-way transportation rides. So eliminate this cost and make sure and check with your hotel to see if they offer a free shuttle or a transfer. Activities, right? You don't want to just go sit in a new city and feel like you can't do anything but sit inside because you didn't have any money. One way that you can shift your mindset is that this is not a vacation. This is a method. It's more of your living life in a new city where you maybe don't go to all the main tourist attractions that cost the most money. So that is a huge mindset shift. Every city, I'm talking almost every city, there's going to be some type of free walking tour to learn the city. You can go on that, and the best part is it's free. So if you get bored, if you have little ones that their attention span is done, they get hungry, you need to go to the restroom, you just go. You can leave whenever you want. And also, if you see something that's great and you want to go and experience it, you can just leave the tour and go experience it there and then. Lots of other countries have free museums, specifically like the UK, like Scotland, they have free museums. Countries have sometimes free art exhibits and galleries, and specifically look for free museum days. Almost all countries have like a few days a year that you can get free museum days, so you would need to kind of plan that one ahead of time. Parks and gardens and playgrounds are always going to be free. Beaches and lakes are usually always free, and lots of hiking and nature trails are free. Local festivals and cultural events that are like happening in your city or that town during that time are a great way to learn the local culture, get out there, be a part of it, and have some extra fun. Local markets and bazaars are also going to give you tons of free food and a new way to explore the culture. That is a great way to get out there to taste a little bit of food. Now, if you know of any methods that I did not mention, help us out and drop it into the comments. No matter what, you will end up with memories that last a lifetime. I'm also going to mention to be wise about this. Especially if you are traveling with kids, use only trusted websites where they verify people. If something feels off, then go with your gut. And always keep your family's safety first and above everything. And until next time, a happy trek-in. See ya.